Hello, masibhodisa sifika nasigalekile mzwako wethu. Welcome to your fast-growing consumer affairs show right here on SABC1 Mzansi for sure. My name is Sipiwo Speech Nzawumbi. What a pleasure it is to be with you again on this Friday. Ukhumbuleke nawe ukuba inombolo ongasala ngayo studio is 011 714 6918 and 6919. Ungasithumela ke ne-email phaa consumer@sabc.co.za. You can also find us on Facebook and on Twitter, so go and check for our page, that is Yilungelo Lakho, rather tweet me directly, and that is @Speech Nzawumbi. Good afternoon, South Africa. Orlando West residents in Soweto have intensified their opposition to Eskom's installation of prepaid meters. Residents now calling for a total boycott of electricity payments across the township. They say the prepaid meter is just too expensive, but Eskom simply won't back down on this one. Have a look at this insert.
Emalangeni lambalwa lengcile bekungahambeki lapha bowungafunga uthi kusempini takhamiti talapha eOrlando West betivuke umbhejazane tilwela kufakwa kwemamitha agesi eprepaid. Noma tintfo sekubukeka kwangathi tibuyele esimeni takhamiti tisavutha bhe tithathu afune kuba tuwabone lama prepaid meter ngoba kaduli emba ecolo. Makazodwa Madiba lilunga leSoweto Electricity Crisis Committee. Umsebenzi wakhe ulalela tikhalo tetakhamiti.
So yilo eliharasa umphakathi wala eSoweto lona lelibhokisi leli elivusa umbhejazana eliyenza ukuthi abantu baphakame balwe ngoba bangakhona ukukhokhela lo gesi lo.
Uvakashele make sizakele Mthembu. Make Mthembu ukweleta Eskom 56,000 wemarandi. Uthwayekela kubhadala sikweleti sakhe sagesi nga-2010. Uthi lokhu kwabangelwa ukuthi sikweleti sakhe lebesingu-7,000 wemarandi savele nje senyuka saba ngu-21,000 wemarandi emva kwenyanga yinye nje vo. Uthi wehluleka ke kuyicatulula lenkinga, ngako ke wabona kungcono ukuthi advube. Uthi kuyamangalisa futhi ukuthi usakweleta. Njani manje phela ngoba uthi nakafaka lama meter Eskom wethembisa kwekuthi batawucala kabusha.
Ukuthi ngemkweleta no Eskom angazi. Ekubeni yena uma befaka lamabhokisi wabo bathi in 3 months time sizothola istatement ezithi 00 ikweleti zisuliwe.
Lokunye lokubuye kube inkinga ngalama meter eprepaid kwekuthi takhamiti atati nekuthi asebenta kanjani.
Expert funding ngibona u100 rand la. Ongibonisa ukuthi ngifaka u100 lapha kule bhokisi. But lento le isitshela ngezinto esingazazi noma ungabheka kahle la awungibhekele la zokufaka ibo ukuthi lama gama amancane asho ukuthina phela.
Ayithi kilowatts.
Ama kilowatts. So njengama ama kilowatts ngizowazelaphi mina? Ngiyayazi ama kilo ngoba kubunjela ngamarand I would understand.
Make Mthembu uthi uyatama konga gesi ngekucima igiza kusebenzisa paraffin nekupheka kabili ngeliviki. Kepha imntamo yakhe ifana nekuthela imande etateni ngoba usabhadala ngetulu kwa 500 wemarandi ngenyanga. Lapha eShawela lenye ingcenye yaseSoweto lama meter prepaid afakwa nga-2011. Gogo Elizabeth Chawuke uhlala nebantwana labangu-7. Nguye ke lobondlako ngemali yegrant.
Manje ngumisi sathenga le 200 rand.
Yo.
Kusukela kuqale lo mnyaka sewubhadale 1,600 wemarandi kugesi nje kuphela. Ngetulu kwaloko ubhadala 200 randi wamasipala ngenyanga.
Awulast mawe low we100 rand. Yabona angina heat angina lutho. Just istove ukupheka. Ngesinye isikhathi usilasta 4 days. Ngesinye isikhathi 5 days.
Oka 100 rand.
Lo we 200 rand engufakile Saturday ileli week na next week.
Awumfikisa indzawo ke lo 1,400 wemarandi wegrant.
Kamanje nje noba ngavula ikhabete nempuphu ayikho kodwa ngiyohola Monday. Khani ngizathenga impuphu ayikho.
Ngaphandle kwekubulawa indlala, uma seyiphelile imali, uphindze ahlale ebumnyameni.
Njengoba ungaphela nje namhlanje angithi ngiyohola Monday. Yahlala ukho enguthengile ngithi uzohlala imali ayilinganayo. Siyayihlalela. Ngineyinkuni ngapha ngizibasile inkuninyana senze umdoho sihle.
Hulumende uniketa abantu labahluphekako njengagogo gesi wamahhala long 50 kilowatts. Kepha sengathi bantfu labanyenti abayadi lendzaba lenkulu kangaka. Njengoba yenyukile ke nemali yagesi, kusho kona ke ukuthi gogo usetawuhlupheka.
Amanzi etiyo ngeke usawacele next door manje angithi. Kufanele nawe uhlale unawo ugesi wakho angithi. Yabona ukuthi kunzima.
Nalabanye bathengi bahlaba inyanza leyo.
Lento ama prepaid ayisiphathi kahle because some other times sinokusebenzisa 1,000 rand, sometimes sinokusebenzisa 1,500.
Dokuthi sesikhokha ngakhona kwamanje sesikhokha ngenye indlela. Sikusala endlini ngasase singakwazi ukudla singasakwazi ukwenza next.
Make Madiba weSoweto Electricity Crisis Committee uthi lenhlangano yasungulwa ngeminyaka wa 2000 ilwisana nekucishwa kwagesi budlapha lapha eSoweto. Kepha nyalo sengathi lesekwenteka kudida sathane.
The worst of all yilama green box enibona namhlanje umphakathi ume ngeenyawo kulwa ngapha nangapha ngoba bangasawukhoni ekuthi babafaka lama green box hayi ukuthi bafuna ukunceda umphakathi or hayi ukuthi umphakathi awufuna ukukhokha. Ukwenza lokhu ubeyenzisa ukuthi njena bafuna ukwenza iprofit.
Uthi isombululo salenkinga yagesi silula kanti nalabo labangasebenzi bangasitakala.
I-alternative ukuthi i-government the better ukuthi afakele abantu ama-solar panel.
Make Madiba uthi hulumende wethembisa impilo lengcono yawonke umuntu. Uthi gesi wamahhala lenye indlela yekufeza lesethembiso.
Ugovernment uthemeke ngena la ka-ANC uthemeke ngithatha umbuso wathi free electricity, free water, free housing, free education, free health. Sibheka namhlanje zonke lezo zinto azenzeki.
Kukhombana emehlweni ke nakunje akusidi umuntu. Ikakhulukati labo labahluphekile. So, where to from here? Zinhle Dlamini, Yilungelo Lakho.
Well, to understand the issues involved, let's now engage with our studio guests. Joining us from the Soweto Electrical Crisis Committee is Bobo Makoba. Next to him is the member of the Mayoral Committee in the city of Johannesburg, and that is Matsidi Somthiko. Ukanti guest na inobandile Jack na uphuma phaya kwa Eskom. Kumdake na ukuba ungayinxalenye yethu apha studio by dialing the number 011-714-6918 and 6919, or rather send us emails or check our social media pages. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Manamgel. Well, perhaps let's start with you, since Matsidi is coming from the city of Johannesburg. There seems to be this entitlement. People believe that there's free services, free for all. Ingaba yintoni na ebangela abantu bacinga into yokubana they're entitled to free electricity, especially in Soweto?
I guess it is, and good afternoon to the viewers at home. Ucabanga kwami iyo entitlement. People have to pay for services. Angithi when you want to pay airtime for your phone, you go Vodacom, MTN, SABC, and whatever else, and say, give me the airtime. You know, granted, I think for me, it's a communications thing, a misunderstanding of some statements as well as policy that government has made. So for me, it's like, we just need to have that conversation. But the bottom line, for these services for us to give to communities, we're paying for them. We're buying electricity from Eskom. We're buying water from Rainwater. It doesn't come from anywhere else. And the most unfortunate part is that local government in its nature is funded through grants. And we have to raise the other portion of the money by people paying back into the system what we issuing out for them. So it's, for me, it's purely entitlement. That we need, it's a mindset. So we need to work at changing that mindset.
Mhlawumbe ke masike sicacise le policy ekuthiwa indigent policy and sikhe sicacise isinto so that abantu ba-understand uba yintoni indigent policy, ngubani obenefithayo, ngubani ongabenefithi kuyo.
Indigent policy, we're calling it phecelezi siyasizana.
Siyasizana.
That is what is popularly known as.
Isho ukuthini? Si-explainela ugogo nomama lapha ekhaya bayizwe.
Isho ukuthi ekhaya if kunomndeni, and I'm deliberately saying umndeni, it's not an individualistic based policy.
Okay.
We're looking at the overall income of a household, 3,100 rands, and if it's beyond from there downwards, then those people are qualifying to be beneficiaries of Siyasizana. Any person, any household that has more income than the 3,001 rands are no longer indigent. They are affording those ones. So those in our category would be the pensioners. I mean, if by two endlini, we combine it is 2,400 rands. So they benefit on Siyasizana. Child-headed households and the unemployed people. So there's a process of application. People make application, then social workers are sent. Because we've realized over time that people, they hide behind abogogo. They hide behind abogogo, bayasebenza, they're driving fancy cars, they're living large. But because you know gogo ekaya, we are saying we are not affording to pay for services.
Abantu abaninzi ke smart city so bathi le policy mhlambe khange icaciswe abayazi bayenzwani phi application ehamba kanjani khawusicacise lona.
No, it is possible. We picked up when we engaged with the community base Orlando ukuthi they didn't know about it. So it's possible ukuthi the speaking about advertising and engaging on the policy with communities ayenzekanga ngale ndlela emele enzeke ngakhona. So we've agreed no MMC, it is a social development. We've agreed no MMC Mlalo ukuthi they will develop a communication strategy and go back to communities. By the way, in the city we have developed a deprivation map. We know pockets of poverty, which is ZP. You know, so MMC will go there with her team, take the communities around there. But anyway, people can go to any municipalities office to get information as well as application forms. But we will be rolling it out because we picked up abantu basekhaya abayazi.
But Mama Maseko uphuma pha ku Soweto Electricity Crisis Committee. Nina nangabahlali base Soweto i-concerns zenu yintoni kanye especially kule prepaid meter. Nanku u-City of Johannesburg ukhona, nanku u-Eskom ukhona. Khakusixele kanye bengxaki yenu iphini.
Yeah, ngiyabonga. Inkinga nje sibhekene nayo Soweto, it's lack of services, as to say. Okokuqala, Nyamozo Mamfikwe uyayibeka i-indigent policy, and of which we can agree to disagree on it, because I've once read a certain document about indigent policy where it says, mawuhlupheke kakhulu, ziveze, then ama-senior citizens amaningi went to UPC, eJabulani, bayoziveza, lapho ila bebuzwe khona ukuthi mawuhluphekile cacisa ukuthi uhlupheke kangakanani. And for me as a young man, I think inhlupheko I can't classify inhlupheko ukuthi ngihlupheke kangakanani kwenzakalani. Then coming to issue of electricity, of which is a sensitive issue now, Sibonile Naizolo, we had a march in Soweto, which was led by the ruling party, of which being nathi sibone ruling party nyakaza on the ground with no, this thing is affecting now.
Ingaba kule match yenu i-voice yenu ithini? Esona sikhalazo senu nibhengeza nithini?
I wasn't part and parcel of the march, but I was invited to a march. Most unfortunately, I was engaged somewhere. So the way by begging a corner, because in Figemina they were handing over a memorandum to Jack. So hoping ukuthi their grievances will be heard. But the only thing is mina bengithandaza mhlambe bengicabanga ukuthi mhlambe memorandum, because ngifike sekulate ifundo ukuthi maybe if they could say, okay, Eskom, see ruling party, besicela please scrap all the areas, scrap all the debt, then we should come up with solutions are right, like renewable energy, of which is solar energy will be the best. Akekho ozosokola ozokhaliswa ukuthi ngizotoyitoyela electricity, ngizotoyitoyela prepaid, because lento i-affecte kakhulu abahlali base Soweto.
Okay.
The minor thing ile yenzeke kuthanga Orlando West. What about the incident yenzeke eShawela, whereby some councillors' house were burnt down by the angry community balwisa yona installation the prepaid system? Reason being, one, we are not well informed. Yeah.
But Mandile, let's come to you. Scrap all the debt, scrap all the areas. Nanso sikhalazo siphuma kwabantu base Soweto. As Eskom, what are you saying?
Si-Eskom sithethile nabahlali kodwa ke sisazaqhubeka sithethe nabo. Into esiyithethayo kukuba umntu sizamfakela imitha. Isizathu soba sifake imitha kukuba sifuna ukuba ukwazi usebenzisa umbane ngokunonophela. Lento siyibiza i-efficiency, energy efficiency. Ngoba loo nto leyo izawusinceda. Kaloku ezi resources njengoba usazi nawe ziza kanjani. Ngoku niyayibona uba sinengxaki ye-load shedding. So kufuneka siyimanage i-demand. Yenye izinto efuneka siyimanejile leyo. Kodwa nabahlali bayakhala bathi umbane uduru. Now ezi meters ke sizifakayo zizabanceda umanage wona lo mbane bawusebenzisayo. Ngoba kaloku xa une-prepaid uyakwazi ubona into yoba ndisebenzisa kangakanani ngoku ndibheka phi na.
Asike sibamba apha ke tata. What led to Eskom to introduce the prepaid meters in the first place?
I-prepaid meters kudala sazintroducer si-Eskom sineminyaka sizisebenzisa. Bungaya kwiilali ezininzi nezinye ii-townships sine-prepaid meters. Ndithetha nawe nje e-Eskom sina more than 4 million prepaid meters ezikhoyo esizifakileyo nesizisebenzisayo. Mna lo ndihleli kule ndawo ndikuyo ndine-prepaid meter. Pha ekhaya kum pha ezilalini kune-prepaid meter. So ayonto intsha into ye-prepaid meter etargethe iSoweto kuphela. Yinto esiyenzayo kuyo yonke indawo noomasipala banayo bayasifaka njengoba uvile Bishop Khoeva neTshwane ibhizi faka zona. Ne-City of Joburg iyasifaka. So into ye-prepaid meter ayonto intsha into ekudala siyenza siyaqhubeka siyayenza.
Kodwa ke abahlali baseMsoweto bagxwalela emswaneni bathi the proper channels were not followed to install the prepaid meters. What do you have to say about that?
Into esithethayo into yoba sizivile izikhalazo sisifumene izolo. Sizawuzijonga sibuyele kubo sihlale phantsi sisebenzisane ubheka phambili uzifaka i-prepaid meters. So that siqiniseke into yoba bayacacelwa bayazibona into yoba sibacacisele nabo uba sisebenza kanjani na. Enze uba nabo bazawubona uba yintoni i-benefit ye-prepaid meter, yintoni le mna ndingumntu osendlini osebenzisa umbane ezandinceda ngayo le prepaid meter. Sizayicacisa naleyo sibheke phambili sisebenzisana nabo.
Masibamba apho ke tata. Hayi masebele vingleni nokwexeshana ke sikhe sidibane emva kwale ntengiso. So please make sure that you dial the number 011 714 6918 and 6919 to be a part of our discussion right in studio. We'll be back shortly. Well, welcome back. Well, ukuba usandongena ke wona apha ekhaya namhlanje siphethe umba wombani. Kwinsuku esigqithileyo abahlali baseSoweto bavale indlela beqhankqalazela inkqubo yokuziswa kwe-prepaid meters zombane ku-Eskom. Ngoku abahlali sebehlaba ikhwelo elitsha bekhuthaza ukuba wonke umntu olapha aziseke emzekweni. Kodwa ke u-Eskom umentla esithi unotshe abantu mabasihlawulele inkonzo zombane. Before the break, we were just trying to put the issue on the table. We unpacked it. Soweto spoke on behalf of the residents. Was again West Smart City Supumapa on the mayoral committee, and then we had Obud Bandile was Pumapa Eskom. But right now, I think we need to engage with some of the callers. Sinon Jabulo Osfonel from Stack Sprite. Jabulo, hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, Puti, who is right?
Ndikona khona kunjani sisi?
Ndiyaphila Puti. Mna Puti benikuthi into enzekayo apha kufanele abantu understand zenziwe.
Sisi, ndicela uzame ukumuva kule ndawo ume kuyo asikuva kakuhle.
Okay, Puti.
Zama ukufumana iposition okanye usukume okanye uphume phandle. Ndiyakuva ke ngoku.
Ndithi mna ke abantu kufanele ba-understand izikhalazo zabo bahoye kwezi zithayo.
Okay, I think we have a problem with Matsiti Njabulo's line. We'll try and connect with her, but remember that if you want to be a part of our discussion right in studio, you call us. The number is 011714691 and 6919. If you're watching Njabulo, just please try to make sure that you move around, or perhaps you change your positions so that we have better reception right in studio. Masise kuweke but Bandile from Eskom. Kukhe kwakhona ke ne issue apho besithi abantu in the past, well, it was all over the news also, the issue of inaccurate billing. Ephuma pha kwa-Eskom abantu besithi akuthi mabahlawule i-amounts engasiziso zabo. Ingaba ke seniyitshintshile loo nto?
Mandiyilande emva into ye-bills ekuthiwa inaccurate. Okokuqala ngo-2003 si-Eskom saye sa-write off i-account yaseSoweto yonke 1.5 billion i-debt esaye sayi-write off. Saba nezithembiso ke sisuke ebantwini zento yoba ke uqala ngoko abantu bayobhatala i-account yabo. So into eyenzekile into yoba abantu baye bahlala bazibhatala i-accounts okanye umntu abhatale kancinci umuntu abhatala i-200 kodwa ufumana ibill e-1,000 so i-accumulate yenyuka kokoko so umuntu ngoku uyibona seyinkulu akhalaze athi hayi le bill inkulu e-Eskom njengomama lutshoyo so kodwa ke inensusa kaloku laa nto le isuke ekubeni kwasekuqaleni umuntu khange ayisevise kakuhle laa account mandize kwinto yesibini kuthiwa hayi ii-meters asizifundi besizifunda ii-meters eSoweto sineminyaka
kodwa besike zakhona ke iziganeko apho besithi abantu i-estimation ufumanisa into yokubana mhlawumbe kuzawuthiwa kulaa nto nikhe nayitsho ngaphambili nathi anijonge inyanga nenyanga imitha mhlawumbe nijonge emva kweenyanga ezintathu so mhlawumbe nijonge into yokubana hayi kulaa nyanga besebenzise ngo-50% kule inyanga mhlawumbe sebenzise inaccuracy ke leyo kubantu abaninzi ingaba loo nto yona niyitshintshe kanjani
into ye-estimations siyayenza senziwa nangoku siyenza eSandton siyenza eMidrand sizenza kwii-suburbs nezinye kunye nezinye iilokishi yenziwa nakoomasipala whether ngamanzi nowhether ngumbane into eyenzekayo into yoba iimitha sizifundi every month sizifunda once every 2 months siye siyilungise ibhili yakho ke xa kuthe kanti le average sisebenzisa ayikho right siyi-ajuste le nto siyibiza i-adjustment siyi-ajuste kakuhle ibe yile bhili fanele ibe yiyo so i-inaccuracy uzayifumana mhlawumbi izawuba yi-2 months kodwa umuntu unelungelo lento yoba xa efuna ibhili yakhe ibe accurate every month imitha siyifunde makasifowunele sine-call center sebenza 24 hours uyayifowunela ufunde ibhili inatsika imitha yakho usinike i-reading yakho siyifake siyicapturise sikubhile ngayo de sibe siyahamba ke ngoku thina siyofunda kwakhona ngokwethu
alright masike sive kuba babukele bathini sinonolo osifonelayo phaa Eastern Cape hello Nolo
hello bhuti mntane
sikhona konke kunjani mama
ngiphilile ukhuluma noNolo eDurban
yebo Nolo
ithi into bhuti uyayibona lento yalabantu baseSoweto into abafuna ukuyenza bafuna ukuthi bafakele lo gesi lo ongakhokhela at the end babuye futhi bazocomplaina back bathi naku sesiyavalela futhi because ngeke ba-afford lo gesi kodwa njengishoyo lo gesi lo udinga abantu aba-independent abasebenzayo if useSoweto estratweni how can you manage ukuthi ukhokhele ugesi xa ngaba uhlula owekhadi ubetter because uyakhona ukufaka i-10 yakho i-right le yekhadi I don't understand sikhathele abantu abafuna into zabahala bebunana
okay siyabonga kakhulu Nolo siyabonga kakhulu babo it seems uba ingathi kuthiwa nina anifuni kubhadala ngabahlali baseSoweto ufuna ukuthini kusisi lo befone
no yazi inkinga nje yi-one ukubeka amanzi nje ngegedlela it-demands more energy so usisi bekumele acabanga ukuthi one iSoweto akuhlali i-youth kuphela and Soweto is never being an island of South Africa nabo gogo basurvive ngemali egrant bakhulisa izukulu nezizukulwane ezishiwa yithi angithi 2 i-tariff hike ka-Eskom is so highly expensive kwi-prepaid imagine uthenga ugesi we-R50 ongeke ukulaste iviki into ozovela uyisebenzise ama-light kuphela so I think mina usisi ngendlela ayibeka ngakhona bekumele ayibhekisise kahle and abe ecathulweni abantu baseSoweto abone inkinga yogesi ukuthi inkinga yogesi isilidela kuphi
still you feel ukuthi lo gesi expensive for nini let's come to you again sizawuza nje ku-Smart City let's come to you again Budimandile khawusicacisele ba how do you calculate because ukhona nomama utshelo phaa ku-insert wathi these kilowatts asiyi-understand into ye-kilowatts and what not khawusicacisele kuba umbane ubhilwa kanjani okanye ucalculatewa kanjani xa uhambe uyosithengela
mandikwenzela umzekelo ke kuba isebenza kanjani na i-tariffs lento sibiza i-tariff into ethetha uba imali esiyitshajayo per kilowatt hour noba uku-prepaid okanye ukuyile nto siyibiza i-conventional apho ufumana i-account iyafana sinekhategori ezimbini abantu abasebenzisa lento siyibiza yi-20 amp ngaba bantu ke ba-considered as ba-indigent uba usebenzisa umbane usukela ku-0 to about 350 kilowatt hours ngenyanga sikuchaja 88 cent per kilowatt hour
okay
xa udlula kula 350 uthi 351 uyofika ku-600 sikuchaja 96 cent per kilowatt hour
okay
whether usebenzisa njengoba nditshilo inatsika ibill okanye i-prepaid ubuno-60 amp now 60 amp ke i-higher category yenatsika into yokuba usebenzisa i-appliances ezininzi usuka ku-0 uyotsho ku-600 sikuchaja 96 cent per kilowatt hour
96 cent
xa udlula kula 600 kilowatt hours unyuka uyotsho phina yi-162
okay
now umntu osebenzisa ngaphezulu ko-600 kilowatt hours ngenyanga
kufuneka ebhatele
lo muntu lowo noko
Usebenza
andiqondi
umbane
uba
othe
unyukile umbane wakhe futhi inoba unento ezininzi ezindlini into ethetha uba noko lo muntu lowo asiqondi uba ngumntu indigent lowo.
Simasedi, so let's come to you. Earlier on ubhuti Bobo uthe the indigent policy othetha ngayo bakhe bayifunda bona ukuyifunda kwabo ayithethi lento itshoyo. Ubukhe wathi ke nawe xa uthetha pha ngaphambili wathi indigent policy inabantu abathile ababenefita kuyo. Iyatsho ke futhi into yokubana wakugqitha kwisixa esithile sombane uzakwazi ukuzibhatalela. Khawuphinde ucacise loo nto uba what does it mean?
It means exactly that. In ama categories. So whatever document ayifundile angazi ukuthi wayifunda nini. Offline he was saying isikhathi sabo Mandela. I mean Madiba. Madiba was president in 1994.
From 1994, yes.
It's evolved. It has evolved. Every time the document is reviewed, we're looking at challenges as is Tolayo and improving on the document.
All right.
So he must get the latest document, compare.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, as I said, we need to entrench communication so that people understand what sikhuluma ngani. Mhlawumbe siqale ngayo SABC.
Okay.
Sibahabudise ngayo.
All right. Maske sithatha uZanele kwasifanele pha eMpumalanga yena. Hello Zanele. Sikhona kunjani mama?
Ngisaphila. Ngisempumalanga but ngifonela ukubuza ngoba nginendlu eJoburg.
Yes.
So now this is what happens. You go to City Power, you go do your arrangements. Bengicela nje ukwazi ukuthi in such a case, what do they do? Une account owayo. You're saying to them, okay, fine. Let me now do the arrangement. But in the meantime, I'll need to put prepaid. You do. They allow you to do that. You register the meter. You do everything. Now, but when it comes to power cuts, they come and they cut your power, whereas you are still doing the arrangement. How does that work?
How does it work? Okay, Susanele, so now we need to go for a quick commercial break. We'll be back after this commercial break. Please make sure that you don't go anywhere. Remember that the number is 01171469118 and 6919. You can also go and check our Facebook page. We'll also be taking Facebook messages after this break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome kwakhona ke phambi koba sihlabele mgama nengxoko yethu ithi can check share email. So actually before I go to your Facebook messages, let's try to answer uSizanele lo besifana eMpumalanga. What's happening in her case, Sis Matsidiso?
No, City Power does report to me.
Okay.
What happens is that when people have debts, they do make arrangements with the municipality. But the biggest problem is that people don't feed one. You know, when you have the arrangement and they've given you an amount to pay, you still need to pay your current and top it up with the arranged amount. Then we find that people either don't pay the current or then pay the arrangement. So, I mean, if that is the case, then we do cut off. Pay what you use and top up with what you are supposed to pay.
Okay.
If you miss one of the payments, you've reneged on the agreement.
All right.
So it's a cut off.
I must check some of the messages that have been sent. Sinozo vuyo machabane. Yana uti molo poti lapa ekapa nombuzo kubantu kobo bantu kutwa pa umbane uye nyuka ube utenge 250 rands. Kozindlu apa sinxusile sibaninzi asiphangeli senze njani xa bewonyusa kanje. Millicent Simpiwe uti it's about time Soweto paid electricity. They just wanna get things for free. Rinago Pretoria, we pay 1,500 rands every month. So why does Soweto want to be treated special? And then Kobani Oga says, prepaid electricity will help Eskom to fight Izinyoka because now we're facing a major problem when it comes to electricity and people, they just want, they must not overuse electricity. Millicent Bobo, uti problem yenu ngabantu base Soweto nifuna ukufumana into inkonzo for free.
No, it's not about getting things freely, you know. Okokuqala Tina, we are following what we were promised by the Constitution of South Africa and the Freedom Charter, which promised an empty Eldorado by saying there shall be free houses, free electricity, free water, free sanitation, health and education. You can count all those frees. But this is
so it in indigent, it free. It we understand again. Yeah, it free electricity, free water. Freedom Charter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iyo eyathembisa zonke lezi zinto. That's why abantu basabambelele kwelentulo ukuthi sathenjiswa uhulumeni wabantu abamnyama zonke izinto sozithola mahala.
Sis Matsidiso ungabe lo nto free?
If I'd like to get that copy of the Freedom Charter that says free.
What does
it say? It does say people will have houses.
Yes.
People will have education.
Yes.
People will have security.
Okay.
It does say that.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't say free. And it doesn't say because we provide you services, you must be irresponsible. Again, and people are saying there is democracy. With democracy, there is responsibility.
Okay.
As democratically, as you are saying, by democracy, you deserve to have services. Equally so, democratically, pay for the services that you are getting.
Okay. Maske sivi Asanda usifundele nephaya Western Cape. Hello Asanda, siyakwamkela enkqubeni.
Hayi butishe into endifowuna ngayo mna phaa ekhaya kucendane safakela umbane.
Asanda, sicela ucima i-TV yakho mntasekhaya.
Okay.
Okay.
Phaa kucendane saye safakela umbane ne. Sirhalela lo we-prepaid because lona sirenta imali eninzi wama-1.5.
Asanda, sicela ucima i-TV yakho mntasekhaya, yasibulala. Asanda sekhona? Okay, khawuphinde uzame ke sisi.
Ndithi phaa ekhaya kucendane safakela umbane. Ngoku sifuna lona we-prepaid but saya egcuwa. Egcuwa bathi abanokwazi usifakela lo we-prepaid. Bazothi uze bawufakele kuqale ufakelwe phaa elalini. So ilali yam ayinawo umbane.
Into enibangela loo nto Bhutmandile?
Asanda baye I'm sure kwifamily yakhe ngaba bantu baye bafakela umbane singekawufaki phaa elalini.
Okay.
So into ethetha into kwafuneka bona bawubhatalele ukususa kule ndawo ubukuyo kufutshane phaa kubo uzofika kubo sabanike transformer yabo yonke loo nto leyo. So xa wenze kanjalo siye sikunike le inatsiki conventional meter le ikunika ibill.
Okay.
Kwawuthi ke ngoku mhla kwafaka umbane phaa kulaa lali yakhe lo uzawufakwa usubsidizwa ngurhulumente. Anga-aplaya ke ngoku beyifamily okanye lo mntu ubhaliswe ngayo umbane ba-aplayele i-prepaid siba-converte into i-prepayment meter. Kodwa kwangoku kuba kaloku laa ndawo yabo ayikafakelwa umbane yonke sibatshaje laa cost isikhosta yona usuka kulaa ndawo uyotsho phaa kuye kubo endlini.
Phambili phaa ke bekho kwakhona ingxaki apho bekhona illegal tapping yombane, ufumanisa abantu bayoncinta umbane ukutswetywa kwamakhelwane bangawubhatali lo mbane. Ingaba ke mhlawumbe le prepaid system izama ukuncedisana naloo nto?
I-prepaid system into yotsweba umbane ayenzeki kwi-prepaid kuphela okanye kwi-conventional kuphela. I-prepaid ayincedi into yotsweba nje kuphela. Into esingayithetha ngotsweba kombane inye idebate ehlukileyo apho singathi kuwo wonke umntu masiyeke ukuba umbane, masiyeke utsweba umbane ngoba unobungozi. Abantu bayasweleka, abantwana bayasweleka ngoba ezi ntambo zihanjiswayo nje phantsi nakanjani na. Abantwana bayadlala babamba intambo bengayazi into bazinombane ophilileyo bayenzakala okanye bayasweleka. Iinkomo, iigusha zabantu zitshiswa ngulo mbane kwaba basezilalini. So into yotsweba umbane yinye conversation nje and le sifuna into yoba sithi kumntu wonke sicele sincedisane umbane mawuye kutswetywa.
Okay. 011714691 and 6919 inombolo kungathi uqhameshela nayo nathi apha studio. Ngoku ke sinoThokozani Sifundela from KZN. Hello Thokozani, welcome to the show.
Yabona bhuti.
Hey watata.
Siyaphila nathi.
Sikhona konke lokho.
Bhuti noma ngeke ngakuhlaphe ukuthi ngithibe esihlokweni nini. Cha bhuti lapha nginenkinga bengidinga nje usizo impela shuthi kahle kula la bengisebenza khona ngalimali emsebenzini. So ngalinyazwa zinsimbi. So la bengisebenza khona mangabe kumele sibhadarane so baba nenkinga nje ukuthi abakwazi ukungisiza.
Thokozani, sicinga into yobana mhlawumbe kuzothatha inombolo zakho bazama ukuqhameshela nawe abasemagumbini. Namhlanje sithethe ngaloo nto, sithetha ngomba wombane. Okay, well, just in case maybe you're also wondering right there at home, in case you call us for something else, we're talking about electricity again namhlanje. Sithetha ngomba waseSoweto isuse indaba phaa eSoweto xa abahlali bethathe bazonyusa besithi no check bababhatale i-prepaid meter. Namhlanje ke siyazama ukuba sicalucalule loo nto. Maseke wesisimatsidiso early on besinomba we-indigent policy usithi ke wena sithi akuthiwa inkonzo zizaba for free, kuthiwa inkonzo the basic shall be granted for. Khawuphinde sicacise lamba because I think siye sayibhuda okanye i-miscommunication phaa kulaa ndawo ethi free services okanye basic. Ingabe ithetha ukuthini loo nto?
I-policy or statements that were made ukuthi people will get free basic electricity. Basic means we will give you a service that you can use. But if you need more, then people must take responsibility. Bandile indicated what are the bans zombani onikezwa abantu. I mean, in RDP houses, we've given them free basic, even the connections thereof. A connection that will allow you to switch on your lights in the 2.5 rooms. That if you looked at the houses there where you guys went for the interview, even the structure, the big structures of houses have an impact as well. So we'll give you free basic. At that point, it was about 50 kilowatts, 53 kilowatts, 6 kiloliters free of water. And that is what is happening. Hence, people who are beneficiaries, the indigents, get that amount once they've been corrected and they've been assessed. Benefit. Free basic, not free services.
Free
basic for you
services.
To be able to
do
work, switch on your light.
Free basic services. We are checking the Smart City Swap studio. That is what the Indigent policy says. After this ad break, we'll still be taking your calls. It's 01171469118 and 6919. You're watching Yilungelo Lakho. We'll be back shortly. Please dial 01171469118 and 6919. Nesicelo nje kubahlali baseSoweto bantakwethu nalithuba ubobo umile apha usuka from the Soweto Electrical Crisis Commission. Ingabe into omnandi kakhulu kuba singava kubahlali baseSoweto banicinga ntoni? Dial the number that is 01171469118 nalithuba malingaqediswa kuni. But right now let's take Seluleko who's calling us from KZN. Hello Seluleko, welcome to Yilungelo Lakho.
Hi, kunjani mfowethu?
Sikhona baba kunjani?
Sikhona nathi. Ngiyabeza abantu bebeka nje kule panel ohlezi nayo lapha.
Yes.
Sonke la eSouth Africa we are responsible citizens. Asikwazi ukuthi uma kukhona ushintsho oluzwa kahle kithi bese siphuma ke sikhalaza ke sonizinto. Singayimiselanga izinto. Ubhuti yakhuluma indaba ukuthi kunogogo bagcwele iSouth Africa yonke. Nogogo bamabhunu, nogogo bamakhaladi, nogogo babesuthu, amaZulu, amavenda, all over South Africa.
Bonke ngamaxhegwazana.
And they are surviving. With kids that are phila ngama-grants ashiwe yithi as we said. Asikwazi ukuthi u-Eskom athi uzoscrapha ibill where it has never occurred in South Africa la khona abantu bekoleta ibili enkulu ingakhokhwa. Emva kwalokho bese bazofaka ama-panel, ama-solar panels. If bazofakela ama-solar panels, pay the bill. And then infakela ama-solar panels. Zizokhamba leyo mali. So let's all pay.
Okay, Sebonga Kulu Sluleko. I thought Sluleko was calling us from Mbangeni. Well, it seems like we've got a caller from Soweto finally. Well, let's welcome Robert. Hello, Robert.
Hello.
Hello, Baba.
Hello.
Robert, we welcome you on the show. Yebo, Baba.
Bengifuna ukuthetha kule ndaba ithethwa ngubhuti abantu baseSoweto kuthiwa kunogogo. Andazi ngabe Eastern Cape ukuthi yonke indawo inogogo and ke andazi ngabe ekhala kanje.
Usifonela uphi wena Robert?
Ndila eSoweto tata.
UseSoweto, okay.
And thina ngoba sihlala la eSoweto uthola ukuthi siyayibhatala i-electric and then bona bayibhatali ngapha. But ukuthi baloko bethinyukile yebo.
Ubhuti Bobo kodwa umele nina ningabahlali baseSoweto. Usuka pha ku-Soweto Electricity Crisis Commission. So umele nina uthi nina nifuna ukubhatala i-fee ye-400 rand okanye ngaphansi. Uthini ke wena ngalonto?
Andivumelani naye ngoba uyabona thina ngoba se-Eastern Cape sinomama ngapha bangogogo nabo bayabhatala
nabo mbani. Okay, Sebulela kakhulu Robert. Well, that was Robert who's calling us from Soweto. We still want to hear from more callers from Soweto, by the way. The number is 01171469118 and 6919. Futhi Bobo, nanku umhlalo Soweto but Robert, uthi hayi masibhatala. Le 400 nifunayo unoche.
I think okokuqala into ekumele ayihlukanise it's an energy supplier khona City Power khona Eskom. Tina we are against Eskom.
Okay.
Yeah, the installation of a prepaid asifune
Soweto.
Yeah.
Okay. Eskom kuthiwa abahlali baseSoweto against you impinga kuni?
Hayi mina ndifuna ukuthi asilwini abahlali baseSoweto.
Into nje
into endiyibonayo inoba nje kungavani nje kufuneka sicaciselane into basizamkwenzani. ekugqibeleni lento siyifaka izawunceda wonke umuntu, izawunceda bona, izawunceda thina, izawunceda wonke umphakathi waseMzantsi Afrika.
All right. So Smartsidiso, let's come perhaps sicacise lanto kuba kwakutheni kuze kube khona abantu abafumana umbane directly ku Eskom, kube khona abantu abafumana umbane from omasipala. Ingaba into nomehluko phakathi kwabantu babini. Abahlali baseSoweto bona abafumana phi?
Abahlali baseSoweto bafumana ku Eskom, kunama pockets wendawo zethu abafumana directly from City Power. Monday we had a meeting the chairperson, acting chairperson board, Eskom, where it was also said, let us look at sihlangane sibonisane ukuthi can't we move Soweto to City Power. Anyway, City Power buys electricity from Eskom. Okay. Then we supply to those other areas as goods. Okay. Can I talk a bit about the meters from a different point of view? Okay. For me, and I'm saying I would encourage even to SABC why we need to have the prepaid meters. Number one, we are saying ukuthi umbane, electricity, it's a scarce resource. Okay. If I see conserve, if I namanzi. You know, in Ministry of Water Affairs, but if you don't save water 2019, so wakhalela amanzi. So wakhalela. So we don't want to go with load shedding problems at a point in our lifetime. Sihlale singenawo umbane. So lama prepaid meters for me, it means I will control what I am using and contribute towards saving the electricity. Right. Yes, he is correct by saying let us also introduce renewable energy sources. It is true. But we need to protect what we have now. What we have. Save for tomorrow. It's not about us. You know, the sad part ukuthi abantu abadala similela sikhulumela abantwana nabazukulu bethu and sithi asiqede lento bangakabi khona bangakabi responsible adults bazosikhomba kusasa abantwana bethu ukuthi benazi ukuthi sinama problems benazi ukuthi sinama problems wamanzi. What were you doing as abazali bethu? You were not protecting our future. So for me it's that. Let us save the service to protect the future of our own kids and grandkids. All right, save today so that tomorrow might have plenty. Let's quickly take Margaret, who's calling us from Nigel. Hello, Margaret.
Sanibonani bahlekazi.
Sawubona mama.
Njani?
Sikhona konke kunjani kuwe?
Khona ngiyabonga kunini ngizama ukungena bathi number doesn't exist.
Siyavuya ukuthi ukwazi ukungena.
Owambono into ebuhlungu ngabomasipala masigqitha ngezimoto uzathola ukuthi kwezinye indawo ama-lights are on day and night. Awacishwa ubanika kufanele akho yiko nje abomasipala bekweleta imali ezingaka. And laba bathi abafuni amamitha mawufuna i-flat rate isebenzisa endlini kwakho ufletise lezi zinto zisebenzisa overtime.
Siyabulela kakhulu mama.
Ngisho njalo ngiyabulela la nibe nempela vike manje.
Enkosi nawe njalo mama. Bobo uthi mama Margaret ubufuna i-flat rate yenze pha kwakho endlini. Earlier on we had Eskom saying that the issue is irresponsibility. Mhlawumbe nina anikwazi kulanto bakufike kuthiwa umbane usebenziseni sparingly nonophelo lombane. Nina anikwazi kwenza lonto. Nakuma Margaret uthi xa begqitha Soweto ni light isibane mina.
Mhlawumbe ukhuluma ngama street lights angithi uyamuza ukuthi mabe driver.
Emizini ezindlini.
Yeah. So uyabona inkinga ye flat rate sike sayibhekisisa kahle si organizations that ekuhambeni kwesikhathi isazokhuphuka mhlawumbe even if Eskom could give us a chance ukuthi pay 100 rand. But believe you in me, in the next coming 2-3 years, uzobe sokhuphukile sogijima kuma 350 400. For instance, if ugogo uhola 1100 to 1200, mayezokumanage ukuthenga umbane what that pension stipend ayithola ngenyanga sithi adleni. I'm not talking on behalf of making ama excuse ngabogogo ukuthi hayi Soweto kunabogogo Soweto kunentandane asisebenzi kusho ukuthi hayi Soweto kuphela umhlaba wonke sine crisis unemployment.
Kodwa bathi abanye abantu bezinye indawo akhona amaxhegwazana kwezinye indawo kodwa bayabhadala.
Yebo, it depends mhlambe kubo. You understand that I for one mina ekhaya noma bangathi mhlambe kumnyama kubovu angeke ngivumele iprepaid. Ngesizathu angisebenzi. Isikweleti sabazali bami angeke ngisibhadale, anginamali ukusibhadala. We understand that lezo ezinye izinto noma ungathi uyazi engage ku Indigent police angeke is address. Kwesisikhathi uyabathi you are not a title deed holder funeka umnikazi wendlu angeke ngihambe ngiyogubha umuntu ongasekho ngithi uzongikhulumela.
All right, ake mbukeli ingathi ushushu umcimbi apha e-studio ungasifumana ke phako 0117146918 and 6919. We'll be back shortly after this. Well, welcome back. We're now going to round up our discussion right in studio. But first, Sis Matsidi, so there's that question in Dukwana, like introduce the prepaid meter, about the bill that you had before. Yeah, Arizona, quickly, just quickly.
No, the way the bill is structured, the amount that you owe will be reflected. The agreement is that for 3 years, because we're using it as a deterrent for people tampering into the meters. So once you bridge your meter, it comes alive again.
It comes alive
if
again.
the meter is fine, then and it doesn't even grow.
Okay.
If it's 20 rand, it is 20 rand per month.
Because of time, let's come to Eskom with Bandile.
Sicelo sethu thina into yoba abahlali baseSoweto masisebenzisane sifake ii-meters ze-prepaid sizokwazi uba efficient indlela esisebenzisa ngayo umbane sizokwazi uqhubeka phambili sizoseva.
All right. But Bobo, closing comments quickly?
Yeah, I think ngaba kuhle ukuthi beze bazochaza iposition yabo within the community. Bangezi know these terms azodida abahlali, then it will be easier for them to work with the community.
All right. Hayke, ayishona makhumshathe xabisa ixesha kuze nexesha lokuxabisa mawethu sesifikele esiphelweni senkqubo yethu. Namhlanje, let me thank our studio guests for making time to be with us right on Yilungelo Lakho. Sibule nakuni ke babukeli ngoba nithena sipithuba ngale yure nakunye kunye nathi. Please make sure that you join us again next week for another live consumer affairs topic. Ungalibele ukufumana iimpande zethu rhoqo ngemivulo ngo-12 p.m. kucela mkeni kumayakho ukhathi yithi mazaleni ndithi till next time, God bless and be good.